everybody needs to know. Like, as much as there is no guarantee, everybody wants a guarantee.
Yes.
Everybody wants a guarantee. There's no, listen, there's songs that you have no idea how they became the biggest song in the world. And there are songs that you like, this is the greatest song I ever heard, and nobody cares about it.
Right.
Like, there's no, you can't tell. And everybody is looking for a guarantee. Everybody's looking for the person that has the cheat code. I remember going to Babyface back in the day. Me and Will was talking. Will was just like, oh man, you the automatic hit machine. He said, oh no, I'm not. He said, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because that's the truth. That's the truth. So it's very different. Like, you know, you talk to anybody in the industry. Steve McKeever said something to me that I never forgot. He said, the music industry, everybody wants to be second. Everybody wants to be second. Because nobody has the balls to create what's going to be first. When the person does it, you're the first person to say, we need something like. Everybody wants to be second. Ain't nobody trying to be innovative in something. That's, you know, that's why it's the kid in the garage who sneaks out with something that becomes the big thing that everybody runs to do it and be second. But that's, so when you get, you know, like being frank, you were one of the best not even gonna say were, you're one of the best songwriters I've ever heard. But you don't believe that anymore because somebody told you to let somebody else write it. Somebody else told you to let somebody else do it. The Glenn that came and sat down and played the piano and sang all of those songs for me, I watched slowly creep away. Because somebody told you, let somebody else. Same conversation we had about Dwelle. When Dwelle came to the studio after that first demo and was like, yep, they sent me down here to work. I was kind of like, listen, this is going to sound really crazy. You don't fucking need us. You don't need us. Like, I want you to come here because you want to collaborate with us. But you don't need us. Like, and I hated that. I've always hated the fact that it was something like, it's almost like, oh my God, you're so talented. You are incredible. I want to work with you. And then I get you and be like, yep, and he's going to do all your music. He's going to write your stuff. He's going to dress you, and you're going to sing like that. You're like, yo, what the fuck did you get me for then? What did you get me for? So a big reason is I want him. Listen, I want all that shit in the stew. I want it all in the stew. I'm curious to see, you know, Eric knows. You know, I told Eric for a year, you got to meet Daniel. You got to meet Daniel. Because I knew what that was going to be. I knew what him and Kaity's going to be. Like, I knew it's this. It's a fucking spirograph that him and him is going to make this crazy ass design. You know, but I was happy as shit when you was like, yo, man, I'm a take a whack at writing this. Yeah. Go ahead. You got it.
That also keeps the authenticity of it, of the record, and then to you also. So the records, you're not just singing a record that you're like, I have no idea what I'm singing about or why I'm singing this record, or it sounds good, but like it's authentically you. Especially you, because your pen is sick. You know what I mean? So.
But no, it's yeah, it's funny. Like, I think it's definitely the main theme here. It's just the communication of it. Like, even boosting each other up, empowering each other, reminding each other. I mean, that's another part of what this serves. I feel like, you know, having pockets of conversation, whether it was the actual retreat itself or now the sessions, every so often we have these conversations of, man, yeah, I went through this. At the time, you don't, like, it's funny you bringing up, you know, complimenting me from the standpoint of, man, you're a great songwriter, you know, and I watched you kind of drift and, you know, that whole thing. And even while it was happening, I was confused. Absolutely. You know, because I was like, wait, well, isn't the whole point of being an artist speaking my truth? Like, or me being around people that can help extract and expand and build on what's here. Because essentially I feel like God puts that conviction in everybody, like what, you know, their life's mission, their voice, their truth. So that definitely was, it was weird, because even a good friend of mine, songwriter James Fauntleroy, same sort of thing. I remember we were working together. I loved working with him because the energy, it was for the fun of it, it's for the love of it. I loved working with him because just the, you know, it's similar to Dre and Vi and us, just period, just laughing and making music, and it's just a great energy. And he also had the capacity of just pulling certain things out of me. But I remember one time he just stopped me and was just like, Glenn, I don't even understand why you let me write for you. He's like, I don't get it. Like, you're like, I was listening to you. You know, and there's been moments like that. So even, you know, you saying that's another reminder of it. But that's what makes this special, because
Absolutely.
you know, there is this thing of we've all kind of arrived at a particular point, this sort of coming full circle, and kind of this realization of getting back to things, simplifying things, and making music solely for the purposes of wanting to create something special. Because at the end of the day, you know, you come into the world with nothing, and the hope is while you're here, you know, how you impact and affect lives. You know, it's not what you take, because you can't take that shit with you at all. Like, it's all about what you leave, what you put out. So, you know, I feel that here. You know, it's a big part of the reason why it made it so easy when you were just like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. I ain't been doing nothing for like 2 years. And you're just like, oh, no, no. You know, so.
I can't deal with that.
Yeah,
That drives me crazy.
Yeah, and it's like, I see, you know, I've been hearing, of course, you've been hearing the stories, and we're all together, and like, dude, you know, I know you've heard it time and time again. And it takes, and it's all of us even making the decision to take this step and come together.
Know what the crazy thing about it is, everybody here is a musician or an artist first. You just forget it with all of the other shit. And all this is to strip it all back to being an artist first. It's kind of like I don't know anybody who's ever started playing basketball with the hopes of being in the NBA. You played it because it was fun. You played it because it was fun. Listen, we are very blessed to have a job or a profession that you enjoy doing. You could be digging a ditch. I don't know too many ditch diggers that's like, this is the shit. This is great, you know. Like, you're doing something because you enjoy it. You just stopped enjoying it. You know, for whatever reason. And it's kind of like, listen, if this place is the place that you are coming back to play pickup basketball, then let it be that.
Wow.
Let it be that.
That's powerful. I mean, this is beautiful right here, because this is honest. It's a safe space to be vulnerable, which doesn't happen. I mean, because you think about what manhood is, people feel like man can't have concerns and address them and feel masculine at the same time. And that's what brotherhood is.
You know? Like, to me, if anything, that actually displays strength, because it's not a question of if something arises and I need to rise to the occasion to handle my business, I will. But for me to be able to share something that could potentially make somebody else feel okay, to be like, oh shit, you go through shit too? Oh, okay, cool. I mean, that's what we do in songs anyway. So,
but that's the reason why we don't have them songs anymore.
Right.
No, I know, but that's the part.
That's what I'm saying. That's the reason why
the
this is
skills.
kind of like, yo, you know, I don't. Listen, if you don't allow yourself vulnerable enough to get goosebumps, you're not going to be able to give them.
Right.
And you know, actually, that's the crazy part. Bang on. But that's what's crazy for me, is because I've told you this from before, and that was something that, to a certain extent, was like, it was a bit of a concern to me. Is like, I literally got to the point where I felt like, in order to preserve myself, I had to switch off. Stopped watching award shows, stopped listening to music. Every so often I might, like, I was that guy that was literally, I loved to sing. It was half the time that's how I communicated, and then all of a sudden I just stopped. I stopped singing. And to the point, I can't even imagine what that looked like from the outside looking in. Because anybody that was close enough to me to be like, man, that is a huge part of Glenn. It doesn't completely encompass who I am, but it was a very big part of me. And for that to all of a sudden, yo, what is he doing? You know, so, you know, to be perfectly honest, like just putting it out there as far as just being vulnerable, expressive, it was the disappointment, it was the hurt. Yeah. You know, it's like you made a very good point of the fact that, you know, it's not the music that hurt you. It's just, you know, the game that's been sort of constructed around the whole thing.
Listen,
with, you know, but
you gotta go back to playing pickup basketball.
Yeah,
right.
No, that's real.
Like
yeah.
You've been battered and abused by the league. Go play pickup basketball. You listen. You know how many blue chips. Blue chips. End of the movie, he goes start coaching little teenage kids.
Right.
That's it. That's it. It's not. You know,
You
like
gotta
I
get
said,
back to the
every.
love of it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I talk to musician friends and artists and singers all the time that are like, yo, I have to unplug. Yeah. Like, because sometimes, and that's just life in general, sometimes it gets to the point where you're just like, yo, whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah, you need a second.
You gotta be like,
group.
you know what?
Yeah.
If it's getting to the point where it's starting to affect your health, your sensibility, your whatever it is, and you don't feel like you, then you gotta pull back for a second. But it's the reason that everybody comes down here so amped is because, you know, some people have pulled back. Some people have been like, yo, I can't, you know, I haven't produced. I know people who are like, yo, man, I haven't produced, turned my equipment on in a year, but I watched that joint and I turned my setup on.
Right.
I'm like, yo, that's the inspiration.
Yeah.
That's inspiration to the point where you're like, yo, if you can inspire people to want to create, and then the next step is to want to create at a level to where you are making people feel something because
That's
you create.
it.
Yeah.
That's
You know
it.
what too? Along what we was just touching on a little while ago, but I think a big part for those that are here is because we, you know, with everyone that's here, we let each other know, oh, it's okay. Like, yo, I missed this, or I loved when you did this, or that last project you did, or man, you know, your whole, just, I don't understand how you get to where you do, but that is just genius, or like the appreciation and sort of being reminded like, oh yeah, okay, like, oh, it's appreciated, or, you know what I mean? Because why else do you do it? Like, if I wanted to just make music for myself, I could have a little home set up and I could just get my little shit off and I'm good. But, you know, there's that other part of you that wants to, like, I'll give you a perfect example. There's no greater feeling to me than if, it doesn't matter if it's 30 people or if it's 30,000 people, but to be in a room and folks know a song or they love a song and you love performing that song and the eye contact, it just feels like a hug. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, that aspect of it, but just the making music in general, dude. I'm telling you, I mentioned it to a couple of cats. Like you in this situation and your family welcoming us here. Like a lot of time with the industry, you know, certain things happen. Cats are getting maimed, falling on the battlefield, and they're like, oh, fuck it, and they just keep going forward. You're like the only person literally the only person in the industry that said, oh shit, and realized I wasn't mortally wounded and said, all right, come on.
Well, you know what's crazy is I've always said, do you think Rakim can't rap anymore?
Absolutely.
Do you think just one day he woke up and is like, I ain't got it? There's a reason that Rakim hasn't put out music. And it's not that he's not talented. It's something outside of his talent that's stopping him from putting out music. Like, you don't wake up one day unless something happens to you that you just lose your talent. That talent, you came in with that talent.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason. There's a reason that you're sitting back like, damn, you know, I'm riding down the street listening to Backspin and Sweat the Technique comes on, and I was just like, damn.
Yeah.
Yo, he's still around. He's still around.
Yeah. Think about like Laura Finesse.
Laura
Last
Finesse.
year, like when we did the challenge, And everyone was like
Killed it.
celebrating. He was
tears in
great. He was almost about to start crying.
But you don't even know that's Goosebumps because I was recording it.
Yeah, I was standing right behind you. I was like, you watch him spit that verse.
There spinning.
Yeah.
Shit, son.
But it's like it's
Yo.
all of those guys. We have a massive group of talented people that are still here. That somebody tells them that they're too old. Somebody tells them that it's not their time. You know what? No one told them that it was their time. How the fuck is it? If you can't tell me when to start, how the fuck are you gonna tell me when to stop? Like, but you know what it is? You got to get all of them people around to understand and give them the safe space to understand that you got it. You got it. Listen. Lord Finesse and Large Professor came down here and played me a slew of songs. Then I'm like, what are you doing? I hope you're not waiting for someone to sign you to do, like, those days are over. Like, because you got all of these great songs and aren't doing anything, but you're looking at a tall black guy or Stro Elliott that it's like, yo, their shit is everywhere, and they're doing shows and people are loving them. And it's kind of like, because you know what? They're not holding on to their art. They're doing this. I've always said, listen, you will never put out all of the music that you make in your lifetime. So this is what you need to do. Sell some, get the rest away. Die empty. Die empty. Don't die with shit creatively inside of you. Die empty. So however it's got to come out, if I got to throw it out, give it out, this is the album that I vacuum my floor with, get it out. Get it out. Best example of that is Dilla. When he knew that his days were limited, what he did is he made sure that he got with people that I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. That's why he still got shit coming out that you haven't discovered. Oh my God, I got this new batch of Dilla beats. What was this? Oh, it was under somebody's bed, and so this CD he get it out. Get it out.
Even if you got to do it with wearing these granddaddy PJs that you got.
I look like a rap group right now.
I'm really mad with on camera right now.
I got on matching pajamas.
Match my 3,000. 1, 2, 3.
Today is a big day because he leaves tomorrow, Katie leaves tomorrow,
I leave today.
and Eric leaves today. So it's kind of like we gotta. Dre's out. Ivan is out. Because, you know, it's Grammy week, so a bunch of people have to either go and do some stuff out there. But it's kind of like today is when, you know.
You got to get, or that's it.
Yeah, yeah. And the good and bad thing of it is we got it.
Yeah.
We got it now. It's kind of like, this is just like, hey, you know, this you need to bring it in, you know. Everybody's job is to make my job harder. Like, get it to the point that I'm sitting here like, okay, this shit's about to be 17 songs. Eric gonna be mad at me. You know, but like, make it hard. Make it hard. Because there's a side of this that from the outside, I want to absolutely blow everybody's mind at what was created in a week. Like, a big part of this is I am trying to dispel every industry rumor that has ever been there, that everybody who's worked with a record company has heard that it takes 9 months and it takes this and it takes this. My whole shit is take the playbook, take all of this shit out. You put creative people in the room and I'm gonna show you what can happen. So basically what I'm trying to do is tell the industry, get the fuck out of our way. Get out of the way. Stop acting like you know more about what people want than we do. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't never made music in your life, but you want to tell what the people want. Like, because you did a survey with a bunch of people that you knocked on their door that had no idea who the fuck I am. No. So, I mean, and we got it. The crazy thing is the clips, the live stream lets you know we got it from what people are hearing on their phone. On their phone, they ain't heard the entirety, and people are like, "Oh my God, yo, what do I have? Oh man, you would do a major disservice if this doesn't come out." Like, I'm getting battered. Like, this needs to be a full-length documentary, and you need to go to hell if you don't show everybody what's going on. Like, I'm like, damn. You know, this for the next 7 days, I'm binge watching and like, my whole thing is like, this ain't somebody from the industry talking. These are the people who you're directly trying to affect. You know, slide them out of the way. You know what? You're a fan of music, and I do music. Let's have a conversation. Get this motherfucker out the way. Just get him out the way, because he fucks it up for everybody. You know, he don't talk to you. He don't talk to me, but he got all the answers. We got it. You know, in a nutshell.
Yeah. That's definitely being achieved.
Well, you want to deliver the benediction? Have a sermon. If all hearts and minds are ready, amen. We don't even need the offertory. We're going to skip the offertory. You know, the Bible study is going to be moved to Wednesday. Let's get on and have the choir rehearsal. Come on now, the men's chorus. We'll get on in here and get it done.
I don't mean to be cursing in my sermon, but I'm just
We know, Pastor. We know, Pastor. You don't play bingo.
I'm a little bit passionate about the word.
Right. Please bring. On behalf of everybody, man, just thank you, man.
Hey, man, listen, thank you.
Thank you. Always. I'm gonna get up before I start crying. Drink some more water.
I'm gonna get out of these.